Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And today, I have for you guys an update on the Ripple v SEC lawsuit. Two new documents just came out this night, and I think you guys might want to know what is inside of them. So today, we're going to be covering that in full detail, so any person could understand it. And now, if you're still wondering why I like to cover the Ripple v SEC lawsuit, the long story short is that I think the moment that something sparks and we're there to read it, we can make some crazy gains. And we got to kind of update ourselves with every single part of this lawsuit because, well, if you think about it, any one decision by the judge could be the end of all of this, and the crazy gains that are about to come at that point might have been or could have been expected. And if that's the case, well, you guys need to be aware. So this type of stuff I like to cover purely because you might get an advantage over others if you know the preceding factors, basically. You know how strong we stand in the case and whatnot. Having said that, my trades are still open, everybody. And I'm thinking of actually cashing some stuff out right now because we are in about $4,500 worth of profit. I might just want to open up another trade pretty damn soon here, another trade. A lot of you guys have been saying, Dusty, take some profits and open a new one when you get the chance to. I think with Bitcoin, I might have to do that. Because even though I think we are going to go way crazier, by keeping these things open, it basically costs a little bit every single day. And I think it might be better to just open up new positions and do that pretty shortly here. So how you, by the way, would close it is just by pressing market here. It's very freaking simple. Then it would just instantly sell it or put a freaking order in for yourself if you want to. But that's a little side note. Let's cover these things. First of all, let me quickly put the timestamp in. We're about 2 minutes in. All right. Yeah, I struggle so much with timestamps, guys, but I try my best. Just added to a document library. Defendant's letter replied to the SEC's October 15th letter with submission of documents for an in-camera review. I want to read quickly for you guys this small half a page, and that's so you guys get the entire ordeal of what's really going on. But the long story short is the SEC put up 3 documents. Well, actually, September 28th, Ripple requested the SEC to add 3 additional documents to what the judge needs to review, basically, to conclude whether or not the SEC can keep documents behind, right? Whether or not they cannot be used in court. The SEC replied on October 15th, basically, because the judge ordered them to do so, about why they do not think the SEC has to give over those documents, but they already gave them over. It's just why those documents should be privileged, actually. And now Ripple is kind of explaining why those documents are not privileged or why they are not asserting the right thing. And that's what this part is about. Defendants Brad Garlinghouse, Chris Larson, and Ripple write in response to the SEC's October 15th submission of 3 additional documents for an in-camera review. As defendant's September 28th submission made clear, the SEC is withholding probative documentary evidence, the deliberative process privilege, notwithstanding that 1. The documents in question do not appear to relate to any ongoing policy deliberation by the SEC. 2. The SEC has made no serious effort to segregate factual from deliberative content, as it would be required to do even in responding to the run-of-the-mill FOIA request. And 3, the SEC's allegation in this unprecedented case, including lodging scienter-based charges against Chris Larson and Brad Garlinghouse, make evidence in the SEC's possession concerning the status of XRP, Bitcoin, and Ether under federal security laws, particularly relevant and justify overcoming a qualified privilege claim, even if it were properly made. So let's do a couple steps back. What are they saying? All right, this part here, Ripple basically put up September 28th saying, hey, we think you should hand us over some 3 additional documents. The SEC said, no, we don't want to, but the judge said, well, you have to. And now they're basically talking about why the documents that they gave over should not be usable, right? And that's basically what the discussion is now about. But Ripple is basically saying in this part, well, it's highly relevant, so we should actually be able to use it, even if the proper privilege is being used. So it's basically, well, we don't think you're using the right privilege. We don't think you're using the right reasons for the documents being unusable. And even if you were, we would still be actually able to use them because of how relevant it is to our claim or your claim. And one of the things which they say here is scienter-based charges against the individual defendants. It basically revolves around the fact that the SEC is saying that Ripple's employees, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson, should have known something better and did this with some malintent, basically. And if you're saying that, well, Ripple is alleging that the SEC then has to kind of show their internal policy surrounding crypto, because otherwise you come back to this fairness defense as well. They couldn't have known they were doing something wrong. Even the SEC internally didn't know they were doing something wrong, or if there weren't any rules internally for the SEC. Now, defendants asked the court to review these 3 additional documents in camera because of strong indicia that, like the other documents that the SEC has resisted producing, they are likely to be highly probative and potentially exculpatory, while the SEC's claims of privilege appear to be dubious. And one of the things which we can instantly say right here is, yes, this is very true. All right, the privilege I don't think is asserted really that well, but more importantly, at least as far as I know here, one of the things which they are hiding is how they used William Hinman's speech to kind of inform the markets, or at least inform a certain party. That on its own might be such a huge deal, and I understand why Ripple would want it, so the information that they're hiding is definitely useful. Now, the SEC's October 15th submission confirms as much, and defendants request that the court order the SEC to produce these 3 additional documents, along with the documents listed on Appendix A to defendants' August 10th brief, and to review and revise its privilege assertions as to any similar documents among the hundreds listed on the SEC's privilege logs. Again, that's just kind of a continuation saying, hey, judge, review all this stuff. We want it. We think it's relevant. And then here you can see for all the 3 different documents, why basically Ripple thinks they should be able to use them. And these all make sense. The SEC articulates no nexus between the 3 additional documents and any identified policy process. So basically, the whole process, privilege that they're claiming, they don't really prove that the documents are actually properly privileged. And then even if they were privileged, they're highly relevant, and so the DPP could potentially be overridden. That's kind of what I fetch from it. That's kind of what I feel as if they're trying to say. If you're wondering, by the way, document number 3 is most important. So if you're only looking to read a little bit, I would highly recommend you to read only part number 3, as this document is most likely going to be the most important out of everything here. All right, but that was part number 2 of our lawsuit update for today. There's, part number 1 of our lawsuit update today. There's also a part number 2, which Crypto Law posted as this. Just added letter motion from defendants to seal exhibits with letter reply to the SEC's October 15th letter with submission of docs for in-camera review. The exhibits are described as A privilege log dated 9/1 and revised 9/15, and B, a document produced in this litigation and marked confidential by the SEC. The motion notes that defendants understand the SEC does not object to filing these documents under seal, and as far as I know, this is only nice for the SEC. I'm not exactly sure why Ripple would want these documents hidden. Then again, it's just, again, trying to hide some stuff. So at the end of the day, I don't really care. Pursuant to Rule 3F of this court's individual practices and paragraph 15 of the stipulation and protective order, we write on behalf of all these guys to respectfully request leave to file under seal Exhibits A and B to defendants' October 22nd letter response to the SEC October 15th filing in connection with its submission of 3 additional documents. Again, I'm not exactly sure why this is the case, and the SEC does not object to it all. So I'm not really sure, but then again, all these sealings actually are just to keep information behind, but it's all a game. All this sealing is all done for a bigger ordeal. It's all thought out properly. So I mean, what can I say about this stuff, guys? I mean, what can I honestly say? All I know about this stuff is we'll see the end result pretty damn soon, all right? This was the most important part of things because Ripple's again stating, hey, give us the documents, specifically what you sent over to a party regarding William Hinman's speech. They just want the stuff, and I think it's going to be nice. Now we're waiting for the judge to make a decision. And then there's a little bit of a side note here, all right? New topic, new little timestamp for Dusty. But Acria is one of the things which I told you guys about yesterday. It's basically a project that also allows you to basically earn some money on your XRP because the staking is allowed like that, pretty damn huge. But they've launched a new NFT, I guess, yeah, you can call it ecosystem almost. They basically made a new system where you have true NFTs, because right now, if you look at Ethereum NFTs that are, the usual, the CryptoPunks, for example, the actual image data is stored in a centralized manner. And with these true NFTs, which you can, for example, switch your, I guess your normal NFTs to through the process here, you basically have all the data stored on the blockchain forever, and it's freaking huge, man. So once more, check out Acria. A link is down below. Officially supported by the German government. Pretty freaking huge as a deal. Just wanted to quickly make that clear from the last video. I like this stuff a lot, and even though I'm not telling you guys to buy in like freaking crazy, I am telling you this might be one of those things which can do really well if the adoption comes up to it a little bit. I'm just quickly letting you guys know because it's quite new to the party, but I'm liking it so far, and so I'm sticking with it. So just letting you guys know about that. All right, a link is down. I'm not sure if I'll put a link down below. We'll see. I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today, though.